Hi, my friends. It's been a long time. I've been away from China for over a year now. I left you folks a video a while back last year, sometime in March, and I just felt like now was the time to give you an update, let you all know that I miss you, and let you know what's going on since the last time that I was there. So my last update in March of last year was just telling everyone that I came back from China because of some health issues that I was dealing with. And, in the middle of the beginning of the pandemic, I was afraid to have to deal with my health issues and the possibility of getting COVID and having to have that taken care of while I was in China. It had been a little bit difficult. So I left and came back, and I mentioned in my previous video that 3 days after I came back to Hawaii, where I am currently now, my father had passed away, I think on the 7th, and I arrived on the 3rd. So that was kind of a blow, and he passed away from cancer. And since I left China abruptly, I had to stay with a friend, and I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my time and how to address my health issues, in addition to, you know, dealing with having lost my father. So I went to a series of doctors throughout last year, and there was a reason for my illness. And I had been getting sick a lot, and I have had some health issues for several years, but I found out last October that those health issues were related to a greater cause, which was cancer. So I found out that I had a rare form of cancer called leiomyosarcoma, and this cancer can affect soft tissue of your body. Mostly affects things like the abdomen, the lungs, and in women it can affect our uterus. And so I noticed some signs that there were, problems in that area and just throughout my body for a while. So I ended up having a minor surgery done to address some of those issues, and that's when they found the cancer in my uterus. So there was a tumor there, and they operated on the tumor and took my whole uterus out, and I'm currently in remission. However, because of the kind of cancer that I was diagnosed with, there's a high chance of it coming back. In fact, that particular part of the body, in about 70% of women, the cancer comes back in 8 to 16 months after it's removed. So my doctor suggested that I have surgery, but also that I have chemotherapy. So I had the surgery, and I was against the chemotherapy at first because chemotherapy can be very, very rough on the body, and it has been really rough on the body. So I was apprehensive about it, but because of the likelihood of it coming back and the size of the tumor that was removed being large, the doctor wanted to make sure there were no more cancer cells in my body because they could spread and multiply. And this particular cancer is diagnosed, at least where I had it in my body, was diagnosed or is diagnosed in 6 in 1 million women in the US every year, I suppose. And so I thought that was really strange that I would get that kind of cancer that was, fairly rare. So there aren't a lot of treatment options, and not a lot of research has been done on this particular cancer, like say maybe breast cancer. So if the cancer comes back, it will spread throughout my body, and then the only method of treating it would be chemotherapy, unless I found some alternative medicine or some alternative way of dealing with it, which right now there hasn't been anything that I know would be effective. So, long story short, um, I am in my 8th treatment. I have 4 more treatments of chemotherapy. Um, it's very taxing on my body, but I've come a long way. So October was the surgery. In December is when I started chemo, and I'm supposed to finish chemo at the end of April, maybe the beginning of May. So I apologize for the late update, and I do miss you all. I really wanted to come back to China, and who knows, God willing, I will have the opportunity to come back. So please, if you're interested, you can reach out and send me a message. I do apologize in advance if I don't get back to you right away. Um, I do appreciate some of you who have already reached out to me, and some of you do know the circumstances already, so I thank you so much for your prayers and your words of encouragement, and hopefully I will see you again someday, but if not, know that you are in my thoughts. I miss China, I miss my friends, and I miss my job, actually, at EF. I do miss the students and the wonderful faculty, or staff that I worked with. They were great, a little crazy sometimes, but I had fun there. So who knows, maybe one day I'll find myself back in Guangzhou or some other city in China, and I can touch base with some of you and have a good conversation. And until then, just feel free to reach out and say hello. But you know this is a part of my journey right now, and I'm considered in remission from the cancer, but I won't know for sure how things are until after I finish my treatment at the end of April, beginning of May. So we'll find out then if the cancer has come back or has metastasized in some way, shape, or form, which basically means spread throughout my body. But we're hoping and praying to God, Jesus' name, that the cancer will stay away. Um, but it does help me to remember what is important in life: friends, family, love, and most importantly, God. And sometimes it's hard to, believe in a being you cannot see when you're going through a lot of things and the world looks crazy, because it kind of is. But I have hope and I have faith, and I thank so many of you for thinking of me and praying for me, and keeping me in your thoughts. So feel free to reach out, and I'll try to reach out as well, and maybe I'll post another update maybe later on this year. I'm not sure, but thank you for taking time to look at my video. I appreciate it. I love you all, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.